Hey there, and welcome back. In this second video about the Sport Cub S ready to fly airplane, I'm going to give you some details about both the aircraft and the transmitter that are important. First off, the aircraft, um, it's put together with tape. It's just clear. It's probably better tape than a little bit stronger tape than maybe Scotch tape, but Scotch tape will probably work. So the wing is actually put on with one solid piece of tape across here, okay? And then there's a piece of tape across here to hold the fuselage, top of the fuselage on. So there's one here, and there's a couple of, maybe three pieces on each side, and then the top of this fuselage can come off, and you can get access to the motor and everything inside. Don't take it apart unless you really have to. This is only in case you crash it and you break a wing or you bust something up really bad. By the way, I found out what's in this little bag. This little bag contains the screws and pieces of plastic necessary to have floats on the bottom. So there's screws here, and then you add this other piece in this bag and the screws here, and you can have a float system in this. You can take the landing gear off, but if you'll notice, the landing gear is in underneath the Velcro right here, so you might have to cut that Velcro to get the landing gear out. But those will come out. I don't plan to take them out. I don't plan to use this as a float airplane, but you certainly can. Okay, a couple of other things about the airplane. These wheels are pretty good if you're flying on a hard surface like a driveway or even hard dirt or a road, and it'll take off and land fine. On grass, they won't work very well at all. On grass, you can have what's called lawn fabric or landscaping fabric down on the grass, and you only need about 6 or 8 feet of it, and it'll take off fine. Or as you'll see in my videos, I take off from a 6-foot table. Okay, the tail wheel is steerable because it's attached to the rudder, and the rudder and elevator wires here, these rudder and elevator wires, should be okay, but you have a way to adjust them by pinching them or widening them. But in the next video we're going to do, or in 2 videos from now, we're going to do a bench test of these, and we'll check to make sure. As you can see right now that it's off, but that isn't aligned, okay? So we're going to make sure that the elevator is aligned with the horizontal stabilizer, okay? And that the rudder here is slightly off. The rudder is going to be aligned with the vertical stabilizer. So that'll be in the bench test. You've got linear servos here on both sides for the ailerons, and again, some adjustment if you need it. You should never need that. They should come in out of the box just fine. Okay. Concerning the radio, I already put the batteries in, and when you turn it on, you hear 2 beeps, and a solid red light indicates that it's in high rates. High rates means that how much control surface deflection you get when you have the stick in the full position. So there's 2 rates, a low rate and a high rate, and you change that rate by pressing this, and you hear 1 beep and you see this flashing. That means you're in low rate. We're going to start flying this one in low rates and probably beginner mode. The other thing you want to check for in the radio is that the trims are set to 0. So if you listen I'm going to click the upper button here. That would be for the elevator. Okay, so listen. You hear a beep. I'm going to press the bottom one. There's a long beep. Okay, so you got each beep. Excuse me, each beep, you can hear it go a slightly higher tone. And if you click back down, that's the long beep. The long beep means that it's centered. So you can, that one's centered, that one's centered, and that one's centered. Now, having the throttle centered is not always a good idea, but in this case, I'm not going to change it. You can change it. Many times I do, but as long as this is full back and that doesn't start turning, then the center position is fine, and that's why they would have programmed it. Okay, so I'm going to leave this in the low rates, and all of these trim tabs are centered, and you can tell that by the long beep versus the short beep. Okay, so that's some of the details about the airplane. As I said, a 24-inch wingspan will make it fly quite nicely and slow, and we're going to have fun with this airplane. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.